Hello everyone, welcome back to Changfied YouTube channel, your trusted source for latest updates across South Sudan and beyond. Today we have several important stories making headline across South Sudan. We will talk about President Salva Kiir Mayardit's statement about the 2011 referendum. Second, we'll talk about reaction after the removal of SPLM-IO lawmaker from parliament. And we'll talk about why President James Waniga called for peace and dialogue during the SPLA anniversary celebration. Before we proceed with this latest update, I would like you to help the channel by subscribing, turn on the notification bell, so whenever we upload a new video, you can be notified. Let's begin with our first top story. President Salva Kiir Mayardit speak about the 2011 referendum. President Salva Kiir Mayardit has made a strong remark during the 43th anniversary celebration of the SPLA in Juba. During his speech, President Salva Kiir Mayardit said he once rejected a huge amount of money before South Sudan became independent in 2011. According to the president, the money was allegedly offered during the time when South Sudanese people were preparing to vote in the referendum for independence from South Sudan. South Sudan officially became an independent country on July 9, 2011, after millions of South Sudanese voted for separation from Sudan. President Salva Kiir Mayardit said there were many discussions and meetings involving leaders from different countries during that time. He explained that some leaders wanted South Sudan to remain united with Sudan instead of becoming a separate country. The president claimed that former Sudanese President Omar al-Bashir allegedly offered more than $500 million during those discussions. According to President Salva Kiir Mayardit, Kiir said if he accepted the money, South Sudan must not have become independent. According to him, he refused the offer because he believed the people of South Sudan strongly wanted freedom and independence. President Salva Kiir Mayardit also said he already knew that South Sudanese citizens would vote for separation because many people were tired of war and suffering. During his speech, Kiir mentioned meeting with former Egyptian President Hosni Mubarak and former Libyan leader Muammar Gaddafi. He said many leaders were involved in consultation during that important period. President Salva Kiir Mayardit then praised himself for refusing the money. President Salva Kiir Mayardit said if he had accepted it, his story could have changed completely. According to the president, South Sudan would possibly still be part of Sudan today. The remark have already created reaction among many South Sudanese citizens online and in public discussion. Some people praise the president for protecting the independence of the country. Others question why such information is only being discussed publicly many years later. Meanwhile, supporters of the government say the president made a sacrifice for the country during a difficult time. The 2011 referendum remains one of the most important movements in the history of South Sudan. Millions of people voted overwhelmingly in favor of independence after decades of conflict between the North and the South. Many South Sudanese remember the celebration that took place across towns and villages when independence was officially declared. However, after independence, the country later faced internal conflict, political disagreement, and economic problems. Today, many citizens continue hoping for peace, stability, and development across the nation. As this discussion continues, many people are now reflecting on the sacrifice and political decision made before independence. Let us know your opinion in the comment section. Do you believe President Salva Kiir Mayardit made the decision during the referendum, made the right decision during the referendum period? And how do you think South Sudan can move forward today? Our second top story is about SPLM-IO faction reaction after 47 lawmakers are removed. Let us move to another major political story developing in South Sudan. A faction of the SPLM-IO has strongly reacted after 47 lawmakers were removed from parliament. The group say the action violated the 2018 peace agreement. The Sudan People Liberation Movement in opposition, also known as SPLM-IO, has expressed internal division and resentment. This happened after Vice President Dr. Riek Machar was placed under house arrest last year. Since then, different groups inside the movement have claimed leadership position. One faction is linked to Oyet Nathaniel Ferino, while another group support Farquhar. Both sides continue claiming they are the rightful interim leader of the movement. According to parliamentary spokesperson Oliver Mori Benjamin, the lawmakers were removed after requesting from the faction linked to Farquhar. Both sides continue claiming they are the rightful interim leader of the movement. According to parliamentary spokesperson Oliver Mori Benjamin, the lawmakers were removed after a request from the faction linked to Farquhar. Later, President Salva Kiir Mayadi reportedly approved the request. As a result, the 47 lawmakers lost their parliamentary position, but now the faction connected to Nathaniel is strongly criticizing the decision. In a statement released on May 17, 2026, the group said the removal of the lawmakers was unfair and against the peace agreement. The faction explained that the lawmakers walked out of a parliamentary session earlier this month. They reportedly protected against a proposed amendment to the reply peace agreement. They reportedly protested against a proposed amendment to the reply peace agreement. According to the group, the amendment process was not inclusive enough. They accused the government of acting unilaterally. The statement further claimed the removal of the lawmaker damaged the democratic process and weakened parliament. The faction also described the dismissal as retaliatory and unconstitutional. They argued that Parliament should help support reform and transitional process instead of creating more political tension. Political observers say this situation could increase division inside the SPLM-IO and also create more challenges for the peace process. South Sudan peace agreement was signed in 2011 to end a year of conflict and political violence. The agreement created a unity government that included different political groups. However, implementation of several parts of the agreement has faced delay and disagreement. Some citizens are now worried that continued political dispute could slow down reform and affect stability in the country. Others are calling on political leaders to solve disagreement through dialogue instead of confrontation. The removal of the lawmaker is now becoming another major topic in South Sudanese politics. People are watching carefully to see whether more discussion or negotiation will happen in the coming days. As political tension continues, many citizens say they want leaders to focus on peace, security, and improving the economy. The country continues facing economic hardship, humanitarian needs, and insecurity in some areas. For many ordinary citizens, political stability remains very important. What is your opinion about this situation? Do you think the removal of the lawmakers was legal, and do you believe the peace agreement is still strong enough to guide the country forward? Share your thought below. Now we are going to our third top story. Vice President James Wanega called for peace and dialogue. Vice President Dr. James Wanega has called on South Sudanese leaders and citizens to support peace and national dialogue. He made the remark during the 43th anniversary celebration of the SPLM in Juba. Speaking during the event, Wanega said peace is necessary if South Sudan wants development and economic progress. He urges citizens and leaders to work together to bring stability to the country. According to the Vice President, South Sudan cannot move forward without peace. Waniga also encouraged people to begin dialogue immediately. During his speech, Waniga referred to the country's difficult journey after independence. South Sudan gained its independence in 2011 after many years of struggle. But only 2 years later, conflict broke out because of political disagreement inside the ruling SPLM party. The violence affected many communities across the country. Thousands of people lost their life and many others were displaced from their homes. Although peace agreements were later signed, some part of the country still continue experiencing insecurity and political tension. The vice president said instability has also damaged the economy. Waniga explained that without peace, businesses, development projects, and investment cannot grow properly. Waniga encouraged all South Sudanese to support unity and reconciliation. The SPLA anniversary is celebrated every year on May 16. The day marked the founding of the Sudan People Liberation Army in 1983 under the leadership of Dr. John Garang. The movement later became one of the key forces that led South Sudan to independence. During the celebration, leaders remember the sacrifice made during the liberation struggle. Many people also reflected on the challenges the country still faces today. Across South Sudan, many citizens continue hoping for better roads, school, hospital, jobs, and peace. Young people especially continue calling for opportunities and economic improvement. At the same time, humanitarian organizations continue warning about food insecurity and displacement affecting some communities. Many analysts say peace and political stability will remain important for solving these problems. Vice President Waniga's message about dialogue comes at a time when political tension continues inside different groups. Some citizens believe dialogue can help reduce conflict and bring leaders together. Others say action are now more important than speeches. Still, many people agree that peace is necessary for country's future. As South Sudan move forward, citizens continue watching their leader closely. People want peace, security, development, and unity across the nation. As we end today's program, these stories show that South Sudan continues facing both political opportunities and serious challenges. From discussion about the historic independence referendum to disagreement inside political parties and call for peace and dialogue, the country remains at an important moment. Many citizens continue hoping leaders will put the interests of the people first. The future of South Sudan depends greatly on peace, unity, stability, and cooperation among leaders and communities. Thank you so much for watching today's news update. If you enjoyed this report, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share this news with your friends and family. Do not forget to leave your opinion in the comment section. May peace and stability continue to guide South Sudan. Until next time, stay safe, stay informed. Bye.